Everybody, welcome back from Halloween weekend. Kramer, did you have a good Halloween weekend?
Could not have been any better. Exhausted still.
Yes.
Here we are, almost a week out, and we have way too much candy still. Uh, yeah, Liam and Ollie, they're 9 and 7, and my wife, they all dressed up. I ended up as we trick or treated, I dressed up. But when we did
Okay.
the family fest thing, yeah, at my church, so I didn't dress up because I had my turntables out, and it's hard to wear a mask and DJ because you have to wear headphones and stuff.
Yeah.
Uh, Way too much candy. Just it. I never thought I'd say this as a human being who loves sweets. Entirely too much candy.
Mm.
Full size
Well,
candy bar too.
candy
Full
bar,
size.
full size. Yes. So our neighborhood got together at the end of our cul-de-sac. There was that one neighbor who, brought the full size candy bars. I brought the good candy, but they brought the good full size candy bars to hand out. And toward as the night went on, like it got a little bit later, those kids got a whole lot more candy because we didn't want to end up with any candy at
We forgot to put our please take one bowl out before we left. So we
Oh,
still have our all of our please take one bowl completely full. And I in radio I've done this in the past because I do that also. Um, I have gone trick or treating 2 weeks prior. Said, hey, I'm sorry, but we're not going to be here. So what do you have for us? We would dress up and go trick or treating early, and then we would go back the week after. So next week, if I still did this, and I may bring it back in the future, right now that we're talking about it, I would go with the bag, go, hey guys, thank you so much, but you just gave us too much, and we'd try to hand the candy back to them.
it's a return policy,
Yes,
like
catch.
Nordstrom's.
Yeah. It was
Yeah,
you're overly generous. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
we
But
appreciate it, but we are
yeah,
unable to use this. Okay,
yeah,
that works. I've never. That's something. That's something. I want to see if
it
that works
is.
out
It
for you.
is of all the things in the world, that is one of them.
Okay, I like it. Let's talk about Pumpkin Fest. I went to Pumpkin Fest on Saturday. So much fun. I think you have a photo you're going to show us. This is the costume contest. One of my favorite parts. There's some the live performances are good too, but this for me is so much fun because these kids and families, as you can see, the garden of the Galaxy group there. That's a whole family. The dad is like body paint. The whole thing got really into it. Um, Pretty amazing. And then I love the Sun-Maid raisins. Can we
Oh,
talk
so
about
good.
her?
Yeah, please let's get into it.
She so all the kids come up on stage. They divide them out into age groups. I can't remember her age group, maybe 6 to 12. And they asked her about her costume, and her answer was, they said, "Well, can you tell us something about it?" And her answer was, "My grapes are plastic. Please do not come up and try to eat them."
Not a lot of times in your life can you say, please don't eat my costume, and that's one of those times.
But she stayed in that costume the whole time. Usually, sometimes you see kids like that in those gigantic costumes because it's pretty big and pretty cumbersome to walk around. Like she has no peripheral vision at all in that.
Yeah,
And
my boy's masks came off so fast.
yeah,
So fast. It's
but
not
I
even
saw her. Yeah, I saw her a couple times throughout the day, and she kept it on the whole time.
good
So
for her. That's why she
good for
won. She commits.
she commits. Yes, and you see Audrey Hepburn next to her. She committed. She was like that the whole time I saw her as well.
That I didn't realize that was Breakfast at Tiffany's, but that is absolutely Breakfast at Tiffany's.
It's
So well done.
breakfast at Tiffany's, and she had the blue bag, but I don't know why she doesn't have it in this picture. But she was carrying the blue bag. Yes, she was very much into it.
That's phenomenal.
So, as you recover, you got to keep going. There's still things happening this coming weekend. Let's talk about those things. Wind Down Main Street, big event that happens in downtown Franklin. They shut down the streets again on Saturday night. There will be wine tasting stations all along Main Street and in several retailers along Main Street. There also will be food that you can sample, but that all benefits the Boys and Girls Club of Middle Tennessee. It's a great event. It's been going on for years. Also, Whiskey Warmer is happening Saturday evening and well at West Haven. So it depends on what you like. What's your choice, wine or whiskey?
I mean, if I'm going to have to choose between the two, um, I want to be fancy and like wine, and I don't like the flavor of wine. I don't, and you haven't found the right one. I did find one that was great from a sommelier, one of my friends, a sommelier, and I go, oh, this could be a problem. But that was only the one wine, the one time. So whiskey, I guess. I love the name because that's what happens when you drink whiskey. Beautiful name, well done. So I'm going with whiskey.
Okay, well, there's something for everybody on Saturday night. You should go check it out. Sunday afternoon, there's an event called the BRA, or I think they call it BRA, but it's breast cancer recovery event. And it's a new foundation that will be starting this event. It's their very first event at Harlansdale Farm on Sunday afternoon. It's free from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. There'll be food trucks, music, entertainment, and education. So lots of things to go check out. I feel like everyone can say that their lives have been touched by breast cancer, whether you have a family member, a friend, yourself. I mean, I feel like there's so many people who have a story around that, unfortunately. So it's good to come together.
I've told you in the past that I've done a lot with that to help out and raise awareness and all that. And so the wear pink became a thing at my kid's school last Friday. I think they had Friday before last. So that was a big thing for everybody to wear pink, and let's get out there, let's support, let's show. And my kids had so much because of all my extracurricular stuff I do when I host events and things like that. So ties and socks, and Liam's got longer hair, so we wear this little headband that held his hair back, and they were just pinked out. It looked good, and I was happy that I could help them start the new generation of raising awareness and helping out.
Yes, I love that. Let's talk about wine. We mentioned wine down Main Street. Look, these guys sent me some wine. Haven't opened it yet. But Paso Robles, is that how we decided we were going to say this?
I think and I'm the worst guy to ask for. Hey, is this how you would say it? And if whatever I say, go with the opposite.
Okay. Well, California winery just distributed in Tennessee. You can get this at Brinkman's and Costco's, the places right now. But I love this label, Bull by the Horns. This makes me laugh.
Give some of that right there. That's how you get too much for one hand.
Here's one for you. High on the Hog. It's a red blend.
You. Yes, thank you. I think they might have noticed that my accent is just a scotch different because I grew up in the state touching. So I got my Razorback accent. Good for them. There you go.
So go check those out. Thank you for sending those to me. I've not opened them yet. But hey, if you need wine for Thanksgiving, for your Thanksgiving meal, you should probably get those now, because as it goes, if you wait till the last minute, some things get sold out.
So speaking of Thanksgiving, my question today is, I found a recent article about the foods that we absolutely just don't care for as much when it comes to like your typical Thanksgiving dinners. What is the one thing that everybody has at Thanksgiving that you're like, you know what, I could do without?
Oh my goodness. Okay. This may be controversial. I don't know. I do not like this at all. So please don't come at me. You know how people do. Okay. I'm going to get the can of cranberry. I think they're called cranberry sauce. To me, it does not seem like any kind of sauce. Like you open one side and you open the other side and you push it through. And there's the ridges from the can.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It's shaped just like the can.
And then you cut it into slices. Yes.
It's not good.
It reminds me kind of like of Jell-O. Is there really any cranberry in it? Does anybody know? Has anybody looked at the label?
I'm not a fan of that. My wife is. She prefers that over homemade, because we bought some cranberries. We're going to do our own thing, because I mean, literally, you boil cranberries with a little bit of sugar, you're good to go. There's not much you need to do to prepare just cranberries themselves, but the can is more her taste. And you know what? You're with the majority. 30% of Americans do not like cranberry sauce. That's the number one. Number two, I stand by saying this, and I got a lot of flack for this one because it sounds un-American to say, I don't care for turkey, I prefer ham. And people are like, well, how dare you? I'm like, it's my taste. It's not a how dare. I just, so, I mean, growing up, we ate ham a lot, but we only had turkey twice a year. The two big holidays for turkey. If you have Thanksgiving, you have Christmas, but you don't cook a big bird for just a regular old Tuesday night, but you can have ham on a Tuesday night. So that's followed by green bean casserole, sweet potato stuffing, and coleslaw, and a few others.
Sweet potato. I like sweet potato casserole. How can you not like sweet? Now, there's people who sweet potatoes can be controversy as well, right? Because sometimes people just like the cut up sweet potatoes with marshmallows on top. That's kind of a southern thing. I personally don't prefer that. I prefer the casserole where it's mixed in with other things.
I just wrap it in foil, bake it, crack it open, butter, cinnamon. That's all you need for a sweet potato.
Well, now I do that on a regular basis when it's not a holiday. That to me is one of the best ways during the week to eat a sweet potato. It tastes like dessert.
And here's another one. Look, we can do an entire day. Not just
we'll have to come back to this when it's closer to Thanksgiving. But
no, sweet potato fries with the truffle aioli sauce. Little Parmesan on top of the fries after they're done. Shut up.
That sounds pretty good. I haven't tried that. Okay, that's on my list next.
I'll make them. You can try them.
Oh, he's offering to make me food. I like it.
All right, let's get back to what we're talking about, though.
All right, food news. Look at this. We have a picture. Goo Goo Cluster. Look, they made me my own personal Goo Goo Cluster while I went down to visit. They have closed down their retail shop during COVID, and they were going to do a renovation, and they're going to reopen on Friday. So it is so much fun in there. That's the new window that we're just showing you. I got to take a look. It looks completely different from the retail store before. The store opened in 2014. They were planning a renovation anyway, but with COVID, they just kind of moved it up. And so it is so fun inside. So what you can do, there's a kiosk and you can select. Let's see if I can open this without falling out. You can select all what you want to put inside your Goo Goo Cluster. Regular Goo Goo Cluster has peanuts, marshmallow, and like a caramel nougat type thing.
Well, it's like actual caramel, if I'm not mistaken. It's actual just like I would imagine that when they're building it, caramel is just like a layer.
Yes. So there is a kiosk. Oh, this is funny. I didn't realize this was on here. And you get to select all what you want to put inside. Mine has Nutella, pretzels, these chocolate crunchy things. But this is so funny. I didn't realize the ones you make in the store. I don't know if you can see this. On the inside it says "What a cluster." So what I did is it's milk chocolate on top, and then you can select the bottom, which they make in front of you, and I selected white chocolate. But that's so much fun. Your kids will love that. If you go in there, they have this big display that tells you what's inside the Goo Goo Cluster, and there's some buttons and stuff you can play with. They don't do anything, but it's fun. Kids want to see how things work. And then you go to the kiosk and you can put Fruit Loops in there, potato chips. They have all kinds of interesting things to put inside. You can select all that. And then a ticket prints out across the room from there, and they make it right there. And you can watch them make your own personalized Goo Goo Cluster.
I like that the potato chips and pretzels are an option because my oldest just now realized salted caramel flavor is a thing. I explained to him I had salted caramel cupcakes recently, and because he had one of his candies from Sugar Daddy. He had a Sugar Daddy from Halloween, and he's like, it's just too much. I go, you know what? Sprinkle a little salt on there, buddy. And he goes, really? I was like, I'm just sprinkle a little. Trust. You can't look like this and know about great food because this is how I live. So salted caramel, he's in on it. So yeah, cool. The salt and caramel works very well together.
Yes. They're going to roll this out later. So this is kind of a preview. It's not happening yet. They're going to have boozy milkshakes. So that right now we talked about whiskey earlier. They have about 4 or 5 different whiskeys that you can put into your milkshakes. So it hasn't happened yet, but it won't happen this weekend that I know of, but it's coming soon. They were getting it ready. So something for you, something for the kids.
I can speak on this one now. Whiskey and wine I don't like, but you put a little cream de mint or a little Bailey's in a milkshake. Now we're talking. Yeah. Now I'm in.
Yeah. So they also before did classes like, chocolate classes and talked about their processes. They're going to bring those back. Not probably right away. I think maybe by the end of the year, first of the year, but the space is so cute. You got to go check it out.
Yeah.
You can go down to Fifth and Broadway when you're done if you want to do the family thing and not maybe do the honky tonks on Broadway. But it's a great outing. If your family's coming in town for Thanksgiving, also a good place to go visit.
Well, yeah, you've got me pegged. Now we're filling in for everybody else because mine's always going to be kids and wife first, and then I'll just have to deal with what they like.
You can get your merch. You can buy some other cute things in there. Give it to family. It is Nashville's. It was created in Nashville. I think it's over 100 years old. It's
That's awesome. I didn't know that.
allegedly, yeah. It's allegedly the very first nougat candy bar created ever, I think. Oh, I need my fact. Yeah.
If I go there, I'm going to wear a shirt from the band Goo Goo Dolls because on the front of it, it'll just say "A Boy Named Goo." That was one of their albums. So I'll just walk in with a shirt that says "A Boy Named Goo," and they're like, "Hey, he's home. Welcome home."
Right across the street from there, if you need something else to do, Johnny Cash Museum.
Okay.
And you can eat at the Johnny Cash cafeteria. They have like a meet and three, and you go through the line and you can pick your, fried chicken and your greens. They have all kinds of things. Macaroni and cheese.
Like meet and three needs to be the name of an album. And only Southern people will get that. Only Southern people will get that. That's a great somebody's watching this right now goes, done. Just put us in the credits. Our names are right here on the screen.
Exactly.
Put us in the credits.
Meet and three.
Meet and three.
If you haven't been to the Johnny Cash Museum or inside the little venue area and eaten there, you should do that. It's really right across the street. Also a great thing to do with family. You'll have some amazing food there. I've eaten there. It's very good. Not healthy, but good. Good cheat day. Have your very Southern food and then go across the street and have your good cluster.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. You've given us a lot to think about and to look forward to, and we will talk to you again soon.
All right. See you guys next week.